Hi there, everybody. My name's Jason, and I want to talk to you a little bit about a very old system. I believe it came out in 1977, called the Rca Studio 2. Actually, came out just a little after the Atari 2600 was released. It's not a very good system. It's actually a system I collected back in 2001 and ended up getting all the games for it over the next few months or a year or so. And there's only 11 games released for it. So this is what it is behind me here. This is the demonstration cartridge, which supposedly I heard from somebody there's only 3 of them known to exist, and only 2 of them that actually come with the actual box demonstration cartridge. So it just basically shows the games that are loaded on the system. There's 4 games in the system when it comes on. And you'll notice there's absolutely no sound, and there is no sound to the system. I have that one running, and here's my other system I have, just to show you what it is. This is it. This is it as far as the system. This is the controllers, these keypads. That's how you control every single game. The only sound that the system has, it doesn't come out of the TV, is this little tiny speaker here, which makes just one noise. And the noise is bah, and that's the sound effect for every single game. Just bah, bah, bah. So, the games are all in black and white too. That's it. There's no color at all. It's a very primitive system. In fact, I think the people at RCA Studio 2, or RCA Studio 2, at RCA, wanted to get in the video game business and decided to just say, well, let's just make something that could be barely called a video game. And here you go. They didn't care about anything. The Atari 2600 was way better with color, sound, better graphics, better everything, an actual controller and not a keypad. So, after having this in my collection for 18 years, I decided about a month ago to finally play it. I tried the system out when I got it with a game to make sure it worked, sat on my shelf, and I'm finally got to it. And it wasn't worth the wait, let's just say that, but I kind of knew that going in. So one of the games, baseball, that I have, you swing, there's 3 outfielders, you don't control anything to do with the bases or how it's hit when the ball's hit. Once it gets past the outfielders, it's determined as a single, double, or a home run. And there's nothing really with pitches. It's the most basic baseball game you can ever play. Another game that came out called Biorhythms, I believe this was the last game released for the system, is not really a game at all. It's kind of like Taboo for the NES, where it's not really a game. It's this one you put in a couple dates, and then these little graphs here show, if I remember from the instructions, like times when you're with energy, positive feelings, whatever. Blackjack. Well, blackjack is blackjack. Then you have, yeah. How many titles you ever see that says fun with numbers? Well, it's like a guessing. You gotta get clues to guess the number the computer picked, and it's numbers. It's not really fun, but they just call it numbers. Then I played Gunfighter, Moonship Battle, which is it's kind of like the Gunfighter's kind of like Outlaw for the Atari, except much worse. And Gunfighter was like Space Wars, but much worse. Try playing those games with the the keypad instead of an actual joystick. Then you got TV Arcade, Space War. Or was this the one that was more like Space War? They're just all so bad. Again, if it was like Space War, it was not good. This one, Speedway Tag. This one, me and my son played, and we only had fun playing it because of how bad it was. The cars are complete blocks, like everything you see back there. That's the best graphics you could get. And the track is mean. There's no gas. You just steer. It's all these games are bad. And then this one, Tennis Squash, which is pretty much your Pong game. Again, try playing Pong instead of with a nice dial for accuracy with a keypad pushing up and down. And then just to add injury to insult, they decided to say, well, this thing ain't going to be any fun, so let's make it educational. So it's Edge of Fun with TV School Volume 1, TV Schoolhouse Volume 1, sorry, which is your, like I just said, it's got all these quiz things, and it's because of how the system does nothing and has no power. It's really I tried it out, you know, and it's just, I don't see how anybody ever in 1977 could even thought that was helpful. And then the smaller cartridge, which is the same thing except House TV Fun 2, and it wasn't, this one was math, it was math fun. Those two words go together well. So yeah, after sitting in my collection since 2001, back when I started collecting, I really wanted to get all the history of stuff, so I definitely wanted the system knowing that it was not going to be good. And I'm glad that I actually got to play all the games, and I will probably never put this system in again. So this is a system in the future I'll probably just end up selling off, and same with this demonstration cartridge. I don't know if it's true or not, but supposedly I only have 2 out of the 3 that exist, and only 1 of the 2 that actually come with the box. So that's all the demonstration cartridge does. So yeah, so that's the system. And also, if you do pick up the system, you have to make sure, sorry, I keep going off camera, you have to make sure you get one of these Rca Studio 2 RF switches, because just like the Atari 5200, the power supply gets plugged into the RF switch. So you got to make sure you get that if you get the system. So if you like the history like I do of video games, and I mean, I probably still might keep it just because of the history of it all. That's the only reason to get it. Don't get it, you're not missing out on any games. There's no hidden gem. So collect it if you want to collect it like I did for just having the history of it. But all in all, if you're not collecting it, you're probably just doing yourself a favor. So thanks for watching, and any comments below would be great. Thanks. Bye.